before the headlines, before the contracts, before the expectations. There was just a boy playing football in Brazil, not chasing legacy, not carrying comparisons, just playing. Football doesn't ask permission before it changes a life. It only asks one question. Are you ready? Endrick would learn that the hard way. Endrick's rise did not happen quietly. From his first senior appearances at Palmeiras, something felt different. Not just the goals, but the confidence. He played like someone unaware of fear. Every goal came with a statistic. Youngest to score, youngest to start, youngest to carry expectation. Brazilian football has a long memory, and it has seen this movie before. But history does not protect prodigies. It burdens them. Endrick was no longer just playing football. He was auditioning for destiny. My Europe watched carefully. Scouts filled stadiums, executives whispered in tunnels, offers were prepared. But Real Madrid did not wait. They never do. Madrid paid for belief. A teenager. No European experience, no guarantees, just faith. With that signature, Endrick stopped belonging to the present. He became the future of the most demanding club in football. The years between signing and arrival are rarely discussed. They are quiet, psychological, unforgiving. Endrick was owned by Real Madrid, but trapped in waiting. Every match felt heavier. He was no longer proving himself. He was protecting an investment. Waiting does not slow pressure. It multiplies it. Madrid does not welcome players. It tests them. From the first training session, Endrick felt it. The speed, the intensity, the silence when mistakes happen. Here, potential is irrelevant. Only trust matters. Madrid is not cruel. It is precise. And precision takes time, which Endrick did not yet have. Away from football, Endrick made a decision rooted in faith. He got married young and quietly in Spain. To Endrick, it was stability. To the football world, it was controversy and distraction. In Madrid, even peace is scrutinized. Then came a new voice, Xabi Alonso, a coach who values structure over instinct. For Endrick, the door narrowed. Minutes became fragments. Confidence became fragile. You cannot grow in fragments. You survive them. Endrick never complained. But struggle leaves traces. Extra sessions, silent frustration, isolation. Brazil began asking questions. Madrid began doubting timelines. Something had to change. Lyon was chosen carefully. A club that builds, not consumes. Yet here Endrick was allowed to fail. Allowed to learn. Allowed to breathe. Endrick's story is not a warning. It is a lesson. Talent must be timed. Dreams must be protected. And pressure must be earned. Endrick's first weeks at Lyon were not explosive. They were quiet. No viral goals, no instant redemption. Just work. At Lyon, there were no promises. Minutes were earned, not gifted. Endrick started on the bench. Not because of doubt, but because Lyon believed in process. When his first start finally came, it wasn't announced with headlines. It arrived quietly, on a cold French evening. The performance wasn't perfect, but it was alive. He pressed, he chased, he demanded the ball. For the first time in months, he wasn't hiding inside structure. He was expressing instinct. The goal didn't come that night, but belief did. Goals don't always change careers, but timing does. Endrick's first goal for Lyon came not from brilliance, but from hunger. A loose ball. A second chance. No hesitation. The celebration was not wild, it was emotional. Years of pressure, doubt, and silence released in seconds. In that moment, something shifted. Not just confidence, identity. Football rewards rhythm, and rhythm finally arrived. Endrick began starting games regularly. The movement sharpened, the decision-making slowed. In the right way. He stopped forcing moments. He let the game come to him. The goals followed naturally, not spectacular every time, but consistent. France noticed, then Brazil, then Madrid. Lyon did not change Endrick. They removed fear, no comparisons, no legacy talk, no obsession with age, just football. Here, mistakes were tolerated. And tolerance is oxygen for youth. Confidence does not explode. It grows. And Endrick was growing again. Real Madrid never stopped watching, but now they watched differently. Not with urgency, with curiosity. The conversation changed. From, is he ready, to, when will he return? For the first time since signing, Endrick was no longer a question mark. He was a project moving forward. Endrick did not conquer Europe at 18, and that may save his career. Because football is not won by those who arrive first, but by those who survive the wait. In Lyon, Endrick rediscovered something priceless: joy. The crown can wait. The story cannot. Football emotion tells one story. Numbers tell another. And at Lyon, Endrick's numbers revealed something important. Not superstardom. Progress. Before goals, there is trust. And trust begins with minutes. In Endrick's first 5 league appearances, he averaged just over 25 minutes per game. Substitute roles, late entries, observation phases. But by the midpoint of the loan spell, everything changed. By the time he became a regular starter, Endrick was averaging 72 to 80 minutes per match, 90% availability when fit consecutive starts for the first time since Brazil. This was not rotation. This was belief. Endrick's goal output at Lyon did not explode. It stabilized. Across a sustained run of matches, he averaged 1 goal every 180 to 200 minutes, 0.45 goals per 90-70% of goals from inside the box. These were strikers' goals, not highlights. This mattered because it showed something maturity brings: patience. At Real Madrid, Endrick forced moments. At Lyon, the data showed restraint. Shots per 90 decreased. Shot accuracy increased. Touches per shot improved significantly. He stopped shooting because he could, and started shooting because he should. This is development, not flair. Goals make headlines. Movement makes careers. Endrick's off-ball metrics quietly impressed Lyon's staff. High-intensity sprints per 90, increased pressures in final third, ranked among top attackers. Successful counter-press actions doubled. He was no longer waiting for the ball. He was hunting it. This earned him something priceless: defensive trust. At Palmeiras, Endrick was a finisher. At Madrid, he was isolated. At Lyon, he became connected. His passing numbers revealed growth. Pass completion above 80%. Key passes per game increased. Wall passes and layoffs doubled. He stopped playing through defenders. He started playing with teammates. No, this wasn't flashy, it was professional. Stats never exist alone. They live inside environment. At Lyon, he played without global expectation, without daily comparison, without fear of one bad game. And the numbers reflected that freedom. Confidence didn't spike. It settled. Real Madrid don't chase goals alone. They analyze trajectory. And Endrick's trajectory pointed upward. Not because he was dominating, but because he was developing correctly. The conversation changed again. From potential to process. Endrick's Lyon spell did not crown him a star. It did something more important. It proved he belonged. The numbers did not shout. They whispered, "This player is learning."